This story was sent to me by a subscriber, a taxi driver who's worked night shifts for almost 15 years. He said he'd seen strange things before: drunk passengers talking to empty seats, people whispering to themselves, shadows moving in parking lots, but nothing like this. I swear I picked someone up. I talked to her. I drove her. I heard her voice. And yet, the footage says I was alone. It happened in early autumn, during one of those misty nights when the fog hangs low over the road like something alive. The kind of night when buildings seem to lean closer, listening. He was idling near a quiet intersection when he saw her. A woman standing perfectly still under a flickering streetlight. White coat, white dress, long black hair hanging limp over her shoulders. She didn't wave. She didn't step forward. She just stared at his car, as if she'd been waiting specifically for him. I don't usually stop for people who don't signal, but something about her felt wrong to ignore. When she opened the back door, he heard the soft rustle of fabric, smelled cold night air, and felt the weight shift as she sat down. "Where to?" he asked. Her voice was quiet, thin, almost like she was talking through a mask. "Take me to the old school." He blinked in the rearview mirror. "I'm sorry, which one?" She didn't answer. She just pointed forward, her hand trembling slightly. He thought maybe she was lost or upset. He put the car in drive. The farther they drove, the stranger it felt. She didn't speak, didn't move, didn't even seem to breathe. He kept checking the mirror. Every time, her face was angled slightly differently, just enough to make it look like she was watching him, even though her eyes never met his. The fog thickened. Streetlights disappeared behind walls of white. Then she finally whispered, "Don't take the main road." He stiffened. "How do you know where I'm going?" No answer. Just a faint, shaky breath behind him. Something icy washed over the back of his neck. It felt like the temperature dropped 10 degrees instantly, like she brought the cold with her. He gripped the wheel tighter and followed the route she indicated, a narrow, unlit side road he had never taken before. The trees pressed in from both sides. Branches scraped the roof like fingers. She leaned forward, the first movement she'd made the entire ride. Stop here. They were in the middle of nowhere, but ahead, barely visible through the fog, he saw the shape of an old abandoned school. Broken windows, bent metal fence, a playground swallowed by weeds. He turned around to ask if she needed anything else, but the seat behind him was empty. The door was open, swinging gently, even though he hadn't heard it move. He jumped out of the car, heart pounding. "Ma'am!" Nothing. Only the sound of wind moving through cracked window frames. He checked around the school. No footprints, no movement, no sign anyone had ever stepped out of his taxi. He felt sick. He's shaking. I knew she'd been there. I felt her weight in the seat. I heard her breathing. She talked to me. He got back in the car and drove off, hands trembling so badly he could barely keep the wheel straight. When he got home, he pulled up the taxi's interior camera footage, and that's when everything inside him turned cold. The timestamp showed every second of the ride. It showed the door opening. It showed him talking. It showed the car driving into the fog. But not once, not even for a single frame, did it show anyone sitting behind him. He was alone. Completely alone. Talking, listening, responding to empty air. And yet, when the car stopped near the abandoned school, something did happen on camera. The rear door opened slowly on its own, and a long white fabric sleeve brushed past the lens. But there was no arm inside it, just movement without a body. He sent the video to the subscriber channel with a message. Voice hollow. I don't drive that road anymore. I don't drive at night unless I have to. Sometimes I dream of that white coat in the mirror, and I wake up freezing. He now keeps the interior light on whenever someone gets in his taxi. He checks the mirror constantly. He avoids any passenger wearing white. But most disturbing of all, 2 weeks after the encounter, he passed the old school again during daylight. Something white was hanging from one of the top floor windows. A torn coat sleeve. He swears he saw it sway, as if someone inside had just let go. If you've ever seen her, a woman in white standing alone at night, not speaking, not moving, just waiting, don't stop. Don't open your door. Don't look in the mirror too long. Some passengers aren't meant to arrive. Some never left.